Let me ask you something real. Have you ever had one of those seasons where it feels like nothing is working? You pray, you hustle, you hope, but every time you get up, something pushes you right back down. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe it's your mental health. Maybe it's your family falling apart quietly behind closed doors. You're smiling in public, but crying on the way home. You tell people you're fine, but deep down you're wondering, God, where are you in all of this? And here's what I came to tell you today. Sometimes the struggle is the strategy. Yes, I said it. The thing that feels like it's breaking you might actually be building you. The thing that feels like punishment might be preparation. Section 1. We don't like struggle, but we need it. Let's be honest, we don't like struggle. We want answers, comfort, clarity. We want a straight path, not a stormy one. But here's the truth. Comfort never made a warrior. You can't learn how to fight if you're never thrown into the battle. You can't learn endurance without pressure. You can't grow faith without going through seasons where faith is all you have. Look at every person in the Bible that God used powerfully. They didn't get there by coasting. They got there by crawling, by weeping, by enduring. Moses had a speech problem and a past. David was overlooked and hunted. Joseph was betrayed, forgotten, and imprisoned. Paul was shipwrecked, beaten, jailed. But guess what? The struggle was the strategy. It was never about avoiding the pain. It was about learning to rise through it. Second 2. Diamonds are made in darkness. Do you know how diamonds are made? They're not formed in light or luxury. They're made in dark places, under extreme heat, under unrelenting pressure. And some of you listening right now, you're in that pressure season. You're in that dark place. And you're saying, God, why does this hurt so much? And maybe, just maybe, He's saying, because I'm forming something rare in you. You're not being crushed. You're being created. Section 3. Pain is a pathway, not a punishment. One of the biggest lies the enemy will whisper to you is this: if life is hard, God must be mad at you. That's a lie. Pain does not mean punishment. Pain often means process. Think about it. When a seed is planted, it goes underground. In the dark. Hidden. Buried. But that seed isn't dead. It's growing. You don't dig up a seed after 1 week and say, it's not working. No, you water it. You wait. You trust the process. Some of you are planted, not buried. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are in progress. And the pain you're feeling right now is not a tomb. It's a womb. It's producing something inside you that you cannot see. Yet. Section 4. The Bible is full of strategy in struggle. Let me remind you of something. God has a track record of using struggle as strategy. 1. Joseph's pain was his path to power. Betrayed by brothers. Thrown into a pit. Sold as a slave. Falsely accused. Thrown into prison. For years. But none of it was wasted. When Joseph finally stood before Pharaoh, interpreting dreams, saving a nation, he said, "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." Genesis 50 verse 20. That's what I call strategy. 2. Jesus faced the greatest struggle for the greatest glory. Let's never forget, Jesus himself struggled. He wept. He bled. He cried out, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" But the cross wasn't a mistake. The crucifixion was the plan. The struggle was the strategy that saved the world. And if Jesus struggled, why do we think we'll be exempt? Sometimes God delays so you develop. We hate delay, don't we? We think if something takes too long, it must not be meant to be. But God doesn't operate on our schedule. He's not Amazon Prime. He's not in a rush to give you what you're not ready to carry. A blessing too soon can become a burden. Some of you are frustrated at the delay. But the truth is, God isn't saying no. He's saying, not yet. I'm still working in you. Section 5. What you learn in the struggle. So what is God teaching you through the struggle? Here are some things that only pressure can produce. 1. Faith. You don't need faith when everything makes sense. You need faith when nothing does. 2. Character. Struggle exposes your character and then builds it. 3. Patience. Some doors take time. Some promises take decades. 4. Gratitude. You learn to appreciate peace more deeply when you've survived storms. Section 6. Keep going, the strategy isn't finished. Let me speak directly to your heart for a minute. You may not understand this season right now. It may not feel fair. It may feel brutal. It may feel endless. But one day you will look back, and you will see that every tear, every late night, every hard choice wasn't wasted. It was part of the strategy. God has not forgotten you. He is not ignoring your prayers. He is not punishing you. He is positioning you. And just because it hasn't happened yet, doesn't mean it won't. Section 7. God's strategy is bigger than you think. What if the thing that feels like a breakdown is actually the beginning of your breakthrough? What if the delay is developing depth in you? What if the disappointment is pointing you toward destiny? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't need to figure it all out. Just trust the one who sees the full map. Even when you're stuck at mile marker 3, he's not done with you. He's not done with your story. Section 8. Pray through the process. Let this be your prayer in the struggle. God, I don't understand what you're doing, but I trust that you're doing something. I don't like this pain, but I believe it has a purpose. I don't see the way forward, but I know you are the way. That's real faith, not shallow, feel-good Instagram quote faith, but gritty, tear-stained, on-your-knees faith. That says, even when I don't see it, I believe you're working. Even when I don't feel it, I know you're present. Even when I want to give up, I'll keep walking, because sometimes the struggle is the strategy. Final words. Don't give up in the middle of the story. Don't curse the season God is using to shape you. Don't confuse silence with absence. God is still God on the mountaintop and in the valley. And this valley is not the end. It's part of the climb. You're going to make it. You're stronger than you think. And when the breakthrough comes, and it will, you'll be able to look back and say, now I understand. The struggle was the strategy all along.